With the new U.S. administration forming its ties with Israel, many questions come up not just about what the new policies will be, but whether or not they're even possible. Joining me to discuss some of the new aspects of the Israeli-U.S. partnership is former Israeli Deputy Foreign Minister and senior Israeli diplomat Danny Ayalon. Danny, thanks so much for coming in.
Nice to be here.
So let's begin. Yesterday, Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump had their first official phone conversation, a big deal for everybody over here, and they reportedly discussed the Iranian threat, peace with the Palestinians, among many other issues. Now, with Trump's rhetoric being virtually untested, we really don't know what's going to happen. What do you think his priorities actually are going to be once, he now is in office?
Well, I think this depends. First of all, I'm sure that once a new president gets into the Oval Office, he gets all the intelligence report, the analysis, strategic, geopolitics, and he will have to set the priorities. There is no doubt that from the American point of view, the relationship with NATO, the old alliance, the relationship with Russia, what to do with Russia, how to contain China, how to fight Islamic terrorism, ISIS. I think this would be very much high on his priority list. However, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict may also get up there if he will see a chance, any opening for moving forward. And for that, it will take time to find out whether this can happen or not.
Absolutely. Now, what do you think President Trump's attitudes toward the Middle East and foreign policy in general will look like? Because, he's very much stressing American interests come first and foremost.
Well, Natasha, I think that his prime interest is the domestic, reducing regulation, changing the tax code, of course, canceling Obamacare, pouring $1 trillion on infrastructure, many, growth and everything like that. Secondly, maybe when it comes to foreign affairs, would be the trade issues and the and less the geopolitics. I don't think he has ever had any experience in that. We saw it also during the transition period that without consulting the State Department, he made some faux pas, either taking the phone call from the president of Taiwan, upsetting China, and a few other things that he did. But when it comes to the Middle East, I'm not sure that he will really want to be too much involved. He will have Secretary of State Tillerson, which knows the Middle East very much, not so much us, Israel, but certainly the Arab world. And of course, he will rely on his advisors, Jared Kushner, David Friedman, which will be the ambassador here, Jason Greenblatt. And when it comes to Israel, there is no doubt in my mind that he likes us, as he said. He thinks we are nice, he said that. But no, he really sees Israel as a strategic ally, I would say a kinship in spirit, sister democracy. And I also think that the characters of Prime Minister Netanyahu and Donald Trump will, I would say, will mesh much better than, or will align better than it was with Obama.
Yeah, we're really going to have to wait and see. Now, following Trump's inauguration, we already saw over 560 homes in East Jerusalem approved to be built, which was a move that hadn't been made under the Obama presidency because Netanyahu, as he said, did not want to ruffle any feathers in the wrong way. But now it seems like because of Trump's stated policies and attitudes towards Israel, this shift might be okay. But are we going to see this affect the Israeli-Palestinian peace process in any way? And will Trump get involved?
I think one major point that came out from the discussion, from the phone conversation yesterday between Netanyahu and Trump was that the president insisted and emphasized direct negotiations only, Israel and the Palestinians, without precondition, and no imposition of any settlement. I think this is very much aligned with Israeli interest. I believe also this aligns with the possibility this will further the chances for any settlement. Hopefully, after we have seen for the last 8 years to no avail that the Palestinians really were very intransigent. And part of the reason was that they thought that Obama or the international community will deliver Israel for them. So they did not have any incentive or no will to compromise. Now, maybe they will understand that for their own national interest, they must compromise, because a negotiation is give and take. So far, they only wanted to take.
Now, one of the major topics on everybody's mind is the moving of the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Do you think this is actually going to happen, even though Trump has, in fact, said that he's in support of that move?
I'm not sure, unfortunately, and certainly not very soon. We hear a different tone coming out of Washington, saying that it will take time, that they're beginning a thinking process. And here I'm sad to say that it has been the case for every president since '96, when the Congress passed the law of moving the embassy to Jerusalem, until now, that State Department, the DOD, CIA, all were against it, and they were coming with horror reports that in such a case of moving the embassy, then there will be a total collapse of the U.S. Foreign, let's say, relations, and also maybe it will put American diplomats at risk more than they are now. I hope that Trump will be like Truman back in '48, that overruled the entire bureaucracy and went with his conscience.
Well, Ambassador Dani Ayalon, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.